And we're live! Welcome back!
Huzzah!
Welcome back to
Huzzah!
another Sentai wrap up. Sorry I wasn't here last week, but it turns out other things just happened to happen.
Basically, you got a brand new nickname,
Yeah,
didn't
I
you?
did. So,
You're now
first
you're now known
introductions.
as Daddy Zenkai.
So
So
yeah,
don't get
Henshin here talking about everything Super Sentai, and I've recently become a dad, so yay!
yeah,
Ironically born on my birthday. And she's
congratulations.
so sweet, like my little daughter Emmy. She's so cute. She's so cute. So if I have to randomly pop off, you know why.
Okay, I have a song for you. I have a song for you because of your newborn. It's Bring God in. I actually had a good song in my head and then you disappeared. It's like da 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 da. Brings daddy. He's the da da da. He's a brand new daddy. Daddy Zenkai.
Full powered
Well done.
father in.
Full powered get there, son.
Yeah. So right. Obviously, you got with me as always, Ellen, Mark. Good to see you, my
Hello.
dude. Sorry it's been so long. But yeah,
Right.
let's just get right into it. So we've got three things
Oh,
generally. Well, we've got four things to talk about. One, we've got the
yeah.
subject of today, which is kids as rangers, which is a sore subject for some people. Other thing, obviously, there's some new
Justin.
Super Sentai stuff been announced. The only thing we're going to talk about today is one particular event. Other than that, we've obviously got 2 episodes of Zenkaiger to review. So, first things first. Let's talk about Kid Rangers because obviously that's a bit of a quick one to go through. I feel like so. Now,
They shouldn't be around.
yeah,
And
I
there we
knew
go. Move on to the
a lot of
next.
people were like that. Everyone's always saying it. I love them. Like I actually really enjoyed Justin from Power Rangers Turbo. I didn't quite like so much the Kid Ranger from Dire Ranger because he was a bit perverse. But other than that.
Yeah.
I feel like the Kid Ranger from Q Ranger was brilliant though. Like I couldn't fault him. That was the best Kid Ranger ever. That honestly, best Kid Ranger.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, do you think they're gonna ever have that occur again, or is it just gonna be like an extra Ranger thing, or just one of those sort of like gimmicky things that sort of happen in the game, like we've seen in Gokaiger, where the boy got uh the Shuriken Red Key and Mobira and stole it off Captain Marvelous, and he used it. Tried fighting, failed miserably. So that was one thing that did happen. But yeah, do you think it ever reoccur?
I can't really
Yeah.
say. I don't think so. Yeah,
I mean,
maybe, maybe.
that's not count the fact that we also had kid versions of the Rangers and Lupin Ranger, but also all of those, the whole sort of like core squad of Tokuja are actually kids too. So that's like they even had kid ranger forms at one point, like in the movie and stuff. So yeah, going beyond expectation with that.
So the answer to your question is yes, they will.
Yeah. But like yeah, I think like it's one of those things where it can be a hit and miss. Sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't. But oh, Echo, stop.
It's okay. I can't hear
So
echo,
yeah,
so it's fine.
yeah, it's one of those things that obviously hit and miss. So, it could end up well being a really good version of it. Sometimes it won't. It just depends. What do you think about all the Kid Rangers have previously, and would you like to see one again?
Probably not
No.
now because just no. Although to be fair, if they have Kid Rangers, if they need them to come back in like 10 years time, they're going to be young enough to come back in
Yeah,
10
yeah,
years
yeah. It's
time.
true. It's true.
Uh, but no, I do not like Kid Rangers. I think they should be no. I think that they won't do it again in Power
Fair
Rangers
enough.
because I feel like that was a bad mistake, and they know it was a bad mistake, and we've never seen it ever again,
Yeah.
ever again.
Okay, so I think the first thing we should sort of get into really is the latest news of Super Sentai. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of Zenkaiger stuff generally, but there hasn't really been a great fluctuant amount that we could really talk about. But what
Have
there
have
has been,
haven't you heard?
the 46th,
Okay.
yeah, 46th Sentai name has finally been revealed. Now, I'm guessing
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you've heard of that at all, but at
I have.
first there was like a little bit of snippet of what it could have been. It was I think it was along the lines of Baku Taro Sentai, but it didn't have a final name. Now we know this particular Sentai to be called Avataro Sentai Don Brothers. Weirdest name I
Yep.
couldn't possibly make out, but it's actually going to be the official name because the way people find this out is obviously they find out what's being copyrighted and they link it in. So that's exactly what's happened here. They found out that Arav, Avataro Sentai Don Brothers is going to be the 46th anniversary 46th season of Super Sentai. No anniversary this time.
Yep.
But there's loads of different things spreading about, like loads of different rumors. It does seem like it's going to have like a family-esque concept. There's also talk of reusing of CG again for different rangers. There's other things involved as well. The reason why I say family is because two of the rangers specifically that are human are rumored to be Momo brother Red and Oni sister Yellow, which is the weirdest, the weirdest
Yep.
names. But we'll have to see what it comes out because I can't imagine. There is obviously a gimmick involved as well. In terms of the gimmick, though, there's not
Good up.
really any sort of surprise information really I can really share. Nothing really stated about what it could be. Ranger Liz is the one that sort of broke all this news and put it out there. So thank you so much, Ranger Liz, for
Yep.
making the Ranger fam as well as the Super Sentai fam aware.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz. I'm waiting for the big drop that you're going to do. I'm waiting for the big drop.
Big drop.
You don't know.
No.
You don't
No,
know.
go on. Mark's got something I don't know.
There are rumors that Jurun is going to be in the new Sentai.
Oh yes, yes. The rumors are also specifying that this particular Sentai Don Brothers will actually be somehow a sequel to Zenkaiger. There's even basically things sort of like floating around like for purchases about Zenkaiger New Red and stuff like that on sale. So
It's called Zenkaiger New Bike Mecha and Jurun set. And that's
yeah,
pretty much
it sounds a bit weird that they're not really doing something new. It's odd. I can't imagine Hasbro seeing this and thinking this would be good to adapt.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's ballistic, isn't it? It's insane to think that the name itself was weird, but the whole concept already just seems a bit out of proportion, don't it?
Okay, right, I'm going to throw something at you, and I thought about this yesterday or earlier today. Would you rather have a brand new Sentai, which is the Avataro Sentai Don Brothers, which sounds like a mafia thing, or would you like the Zenkaiger Season 2? And the premise for the story would be that after they defeat Ilgeruge and all that, they have to go and free every Sentai world because each Sentai world has a general that is there to guard it. And once they defeat the general, the world gets released.
That,
Which one would you prefer?
I mean, that's hard. Honestly, the earlier rather than the latter because of the fact that with the latter one it seems like they're just going to do the same sort of stuff in a way, like they're reusing content. I like seeing new stuff. That was kind of the cool thing about Super Sentai. I never liked the whole concept that Power Rangers did where they just reused the same suits for 2 extra seasons just because they didn't want to switch it out, and then when Zeo came around they realized, oh, we should have done this from the beginning. So
we're running out of footage, boys.
Yeah.
Let's bring those suits in.
So I think that's really the only thing I can frown upon about that. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it comes out. I can't wait to see the first sort of images for it, and as soon as we can, we'll post them on and show them all out.
If you'd asked Bryn this about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago or a month ago, he'd be like, Zenkaiger 2, Zenkaiger 2. But he doesn't give me an exact answer.
I love Zenkaiger, I do, but unfortunately, I can't foresee something as a sequel being good for Super Sentai. I feel like it'd be more of a cap, like a creative cap, which I don't really like. So, but we'll have to wait and see. I can't say for certain. So, in the meantime, though, let's speak about the 2 episodes that we had. So, we had 2 particular episodes, episodes 33 and episodes 34. So, first things first,
Yes.
episode 33. Obviously, that was generally a sort of like school themed. They were all stuck in what was it, Academy World, which is interesting.
Academy World. It's
Yeah, it was a weird one. It
Filler
was a
world.
weird one. Yeah, filler world. Yeah. What did you think of this episode?
It was all right. The only thing I had a problem with is, and you're going to be shocked, is Flint. I
Yeah.
had a problem with Flint in this because,
What's that?
right, at the
What is
very
that?
end
What is that?
of the episode, they all got different costumes, right?
Yeah.
So you had Zox kind of bearing his chest, and he was the bully. You have Kaito with his sticky up hair.
Yeah.
You had Majin with the crazy hair and the thing on a mask type thing. Each person had a brand new costume, but Flint didn't.
Yeah. Flint didn't
She
really
just
make much
wore a
difference.
jacket. I I would have probably have changed the uniform because it was dark,
Yeah.
like blue. I would have turned it to black or something,
Yeah.
or maybe something slightly different. I just feel that they got rid of the mark, and I wish she got rid of those fucking brothers. No one cares about them right now. They could have easily stayed away.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them. I wanted to see Flint properly fight, not hand over the brothers to someone else. But that was my only thing that I had wrong with this episode.
Mm.
Let's go start from the beginning then. That's what I want to say before I forget it.
Fair enough, fair enough. I think the only thing that was really good about it was a little bit of story play. I liked how it involved everyone, apart from obviously the
Mm.
higher ups in the hierarchy. But in terms of like obviously the Tojido Tendo Empire. But yeah, it at least gave us some specials, so we'll take a look at that quickly. So obviously we had the debut of this galaxy power from the Super Zenkai Cannon. Well, sorry, I say Super Zenkai
Yeah.
Cannon. The full power Zenkai Cannon is pretty much what it's called in English. So yeah, we had Chameleon Green from Q Ranger. We had Mega Red, and we also have, is it
I'm
Five
not a
Black?
Black Ranger.
Yeah,
Probably 5 black.
yeah.
I don't know. I
But
don't know those Sentai
both, I
teams.
know that two of these are school Sentais. Like they, I mean, like Mega Ranger were school kids.
Yeah.
The 5 man, I believe it was, were, because of their emblems on their head, they're actually teachers, and they were based on different think the different sort of like categories they teach, like different subjects. And then I'm
Yeah.
not too sure about Chameleon Green, but I suppose they had to put something else along with the others.
Just randomly throwing in a Ranger.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. Let's put this one in.
But I suppose, yeah, I suppose the best thing about it though was the fact that you got to see Chameleon Green have a new ability that was never seen before until now.
What, touch the pink staff and turn
Exactly.
pink?
I mean, chameleons do that, so I'm surprised they didn't do this before, but it makes no sense. But I suppose she just like turned invisible instead. So I think that's where
Yeah.
they went at it. So, what did you think of these Rangers debuting?
To be fair, I knew that Mega Ranger was going to turn up. I genuinely was like, if he doesn't or any of his team doesn't turn up, I'd be really goddamn surprised. The others I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I generally when Green or Chameleon Green, when she uses her ability, I was like, why didn't they just bring in a Pink Ranger? But I'm guessing, hey, we need to show some budget cuts. We couldn't do it in that
Well,
one. Let's put it in this one.
Yeah, Galaxy Power was quite limited, I suppose, in that kind of sense. I think the only other the only team they could have really done is Gingaman, but I think there is some kind of school essence to Chameleon Green. I think she's quite young. I think that's the main reason why they used her. Other than that, I can't think of a reason why.
Do you know the reason why they did this? Why they did it pink? Like, they obviously didn't put a pink version. Some guy was just like, boys, come around, right? Guess what? What is it? Premiere Pro has an ability to turn one thing into another. Let's use it. Let's use it for this episode.
Let's Photoshop this.
Genius. Yeah, genius, Bob. Put that effect in, and it will drive people crazy.
Yeah. But I did like the whole essence of the episode, though. Like, I loved the whole school concept. I loved how the only way they could get out is by graduating, because they can go and meet the headmaster, and ties make them invincible because they're teachers. I think all of that elements that were combined together really made it really stand out. One thing I will say about it, though, is that with like their different ghettos and stuff, they all seem normal. I like how Yak Chan was the one for it, but every time I see that Punk Power, Two-Kaiser,
Yeah.
that the silhouette of Zox behind him scared the shit out of me.
Did it?
It literally creeped me out with it. I was like,
See,
It
one
was
thing
very
I would
unnerved.
have
I was
loved.
very unnerved. Yeah.
Well, I really wanted like Flint to be up there as well, because it just felt really weird. I know she wasn't in suit, but I think she should have been up there as well, because it just felt, from a graphical and film point of view, it just looked one-sided. One thing is, I would not want to like annoy the actor, because that face was like, holy crap, what the hell? He's like, ah! I'm like,
yeah, I felt really exposed during that.
Did you feel exposed? Do you want a hug?
Okay, so
come in.
oh yeah,
come in. There we go. There we go. I can't give you a hug now.
So, anything else to add about this episode? Because we did see, I did like how we got the normal good eye tests rather than because he was saying they didn't mass produce them, so we just got to see Zenkaiger used again. But anything else you'd like to add to
Hmm.
that episode? I don't think there's really much else to talk about regarding it.
No, I mean the whole thing of them running around, like they couldn't get from say bad guys to whatever, and yeah, because they had to do like they had to be faculty and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of interesting.
Mm,
I generally thought they must literally like Toy must own quite a lot of property
yeah.
because he's got his own school, and I'm just like they don't always use it,
Mm,
but frick it, okay, they've got it. Um, and yeah, it's just like the whole thing where they're like teacher, and it's like yeah, they're gonna do something, aren't they? Doesn't go from let's all be badasses to oh teacher you're so great oh, and then suddenly it's just like got your world destroyed.
The only thing I really didn't like about the episode is this was a good opportunity to have Barashitara and Iljarud used in this episode. Like I feel that they could have been
Yeah.
used as teachers or something, because although although Iljarud doesn't really necessarily fight, I mean, it probably saved them for a later episode. Doesn't really matter. But either way, this was a good way to sort of use them more, in like more directly, and with the whole ability thing, it would make more sense if they're just sort of wandering around or something and doing what they want. But
Yeah.
yeah, I suppose that's the only downside to it. I didn't really like that about it.
Do you reckon near the end of the season, like he's just gonna stand up and the thing's just gonna part and he's gonna be like, "Come on then," and he's just gonna go like fight them?
Probably.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
One thing I will add in on this one is I really like the fighting in this one. It if you watch the fighting in all of it, it seems like they hold back a bit. This one, they was just like, just go for it. And I
Mm,
was like, do you know what? I kind of like it. It feels like it wasn't a fight; it was a brawl. It was a scrap, and
yeah.
I was just like, I kind of like that. Do more of it, please,
It was
Zenkaiger.
good. So, episode rating. What are we gonna give this?
I am going to give this one. I'm going to give it a 4 because I generally
Yeah.
did quite like it. Yeah, if they, I think it would have been a 5 if they had Flint in a different outfit
Yeah.
because I felt like if you've given like 6 people different outfits, she needed one rather than just a jacket. Now, if she didn't feel comfortable, that's absolutely fine. But I feel like they could have given her something different or eyeliner or something. You know
Mm.
that sort of kind of like
Yeah, something.
eye
Yeah,
look or
something to
something.
make her look more punk. Yeah, I agree. But I suppose maybe she didn't want to do that. I do not know. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers that particular episode. On to the next one. So we had episode 34, Halloween episode, which completely fits in with the time of the year as well. Um,
Yeah.
like I feel like sometimes you see these episodes at the moment and you think, yeah, definitely we're a lot lighter on COVID regulations now, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Let's get everyone in the office and get everyone
Yeah,
down
get them all
filming. It's all
outside. It's
good.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that this particular episode was good. I wasn't expecting much from it because obviously you can't really debut anything new. But is it just me, or have we not seen Zenkaiyo Super Juran in ages? Like, what are they doing? It was used like
I
one or two episodes and it was never used again. And even the
because
formation for Zox, where they have the Super Twokai-Oh, it's never appeared again, really, has it?
budget.
Yeah,
That CGI costs too much, so
yeah.
they can't
We
use it
can we
again.
can use it for 2 days, and that will be perfect. That'll
Yeah.
be enough to get enough toy sales for this particular season.
Yeah. I bought 2.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
no, I bought 1.
yeah,
But you know,
yeah. If I could buy them all, I would. I would.
you
But
know
they're gonna be
that
good.
like
I'm trying to save my money for 2022 when they release the first new Lightning Collection Megazord. So
that's expensive,
yeah,
boy.
expensive boy. So yeah. I do like this episode though, how it was causing all of this sort of like emotional tension with Stacy. It was quite funny that Halloween World lost his power because he got knocked off his head. Like the
Mm,
pumpkin that was on his head, and then he could have used any pumpkin all along. There were so many different parts to this. Even the sort of like splintering effect that happened where Duran and the others were separate in one way. Stacy was doing his own thing. Hackaiser was doing his own thing. Kaito uh, often saw Stacy, but he was doing his own thing too.
mm.
It all kind of like worked in nicely. I really liked this episode, as the flow of this episode. Um, what did you think of it?
It was all right. I watched it when it first came out because there was a big secret at the end, and then I watched it again, but I skipped it because I was like, oh great, I'm gonna be late.
Yeah.
Um, but I kind of skipped like the main fight scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah. The fight scenes are pretty
I mean
good.
the
I
entire
really enjoyed the fight scenes. I like
I did.
yeah, the first beginning fight with Hakkaiser was quite funny. How he sort of like, seemed like he was going to be passive and he'd be like, "Oh no, he lost his power. Oh, what have
Yes.
I done?" And
Oh
then they just like the boomerang
yeah,
comes out of nowhere. I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, I'm not giving you an advantage. What's wrong with you?"
yeah. I generally like it. Like there are quite a lot of things in this that like. The episode was okay.
Yeah, I thought it
I
was
think it
brilliant.
was more kind.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Stacy kind of been like, "Oh, I'm on. Oh crap," and then it's like actually like I want to get further now. Now he's
yeah,
got help, and it's fine. I just don't think it was a very memorable episode
yeah.
because I feel like this should have been something a lot later on. And I've got I would like to see one thing that what they could have done, but we'll hold that to the end
Yeah.
until we talk
I
about
mean,
the
I
big
agree with
reveal.
the last episode. It was a four. There was good parts to it, and I enjoyed it. And even though it didn't really have any new debuts and stuff like that, it was really good. This one, I feel, was really like a solid five to me. In like,
Mm.
but let's go back to the rating in a minute. It's just where it had the new revelation, the new sort of like debut. It had the return of Gears again, which I thought would never come back. I sent you a meme. It was like, oh, they brought it back.
Yeah. Well, like I generally when I saw it, I was like, oh, when I said it, I thought that they probably wouldn't bring it back, but I'm guessing that they were like, oh crap, more toy sales. We
Yeah.
need to get that gear out.
Yeah, but it
But
was good how it
it's
was. Yeah, it was good how it was linked to Rune as well because they never really had that
mm,
before. But yeah, it was still pretty good, pretty good. So let's
yeah,
have a quick look at that actually. So we had Bokenja represented as a Sentai gear, which I don't think we had before. And
yeah,
the power was basically using the cement break, I think it was called. So covering sorry, Hakkaiser in it. Did you think that was a
yeah.
good representation of him?
So again, my entire whole system just almost
Oh,
crashed on
so
me.
the concreting of Hakkaiser as the representation of Bokenja as a gear. What did you think of that?
I generally thought he was just going to shoot him with a big blast. I didn't think it was going to be concrete, and I just felt like it wasn't that effective.
Yeah,
It was a good.
it kind of defeated the point when they all started shooting him and it just blew it all up. If
Yeah,
you're gonna
it's a
do that,
waste.
if he's running out of power, just like cement him, leave him.
Yeah, yeah. Pull out some fire, bro.
Yeah.
Warm that bad boy up. I didn't really watch Bokanger, but I guess cement is a thing.
Mm,
I think it would be a bit cool if like they had a massive like digger kind of clamp thing, and just be like boom, and that's it, and then like keep it clamped.
yeah.
That would be a bit better, but no.
Yeah, I still think that was a good representation of Bokenja because I've seen more obviously Overdrive than I have seen Bokenja, but even I know
Yeah,
well enough that that was quite a signature component to it because I don't think there's ever really been cement moves in previous Super Sentai, so I think that's pretty significant. But yeah, whole sort of like flow of the episode was really good. I loved how finding the pumpkin, Zox was involved, smashing up loads of different pumpkins, which turns out to be a really good plan. Um, I love how also Flynn and the others were just sort of walking past, and Halloween World just happened to be there, and he was like hiding, just hoping you didn't get seen.
mm,
And then Flint just slowly walks back and be like,
I did laugh. I did kind of laugh. I
and
think
then they
I
both,
laughed a
and he
bit
just opens
when
his eyes, and they're both Flynn, and they're like, is that Halloween World? I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely him.
yeah. I really like things like he starts morphing and he's like, oh my god, he's dancing and he's running away, and then you just hear you don't hear anything, and then all of a sudden you just see it. He's slowly walking by and he's just like two Kais. I was like, that's quite funny in my eyes. I thought I did chuckle. I was like, huh,
That was
funny.
good. I loved that part too. Yeah, not really much else, but I suppose the only other thing to really talk about is boom. So we got a
The
little sneak preview at first, and then it got further of who it might have been because Hakkaiser ran out of power. He just stood still, and then his helmet disappeared. And
see,
who do you think it could have been? Kaito wasn't there to witness. Only they noticed. Ilgerude randomly popped up out of nowhere. Doesn't rarely does that, so it's a very significant thing. Took him back because it was Kaito's father. Who'd have thought?
yeah. Oh no. See, this is one thing that confused me, right? So if you run out of power, you'd think that the whole suit would depower and it would go blah, blah, blah. Why just the helmet?
See,
Why
I
wasn't
have a theory about this for two things. So one, I think he's in a constant state of what's the word?
Flux?
Not flux. I think he's been put to sleep, as it were. Like
Yeah.
he's not actually moving; it's the suit that's moving him. So,
Mm.
what's actually happening is that he's still in a deep sleep, like he was put in storage with along with his wife. Then Eldred got him out, still attached him to that sort of gizmo, which is separate. The body
Yeah.
armor obviously does that. It maneuvers him, accesses his mind, yada yada yada. And then the helmet is just a part of that, so that when he's powered up, the helmet is on and whatnot. It
Yeah.
must have been like a safety mechanism or something that Eldred put in just to check on him. So if he ever run out of power, he'll be like, "Oh, is he still asleep? Is he still asleep? Good."
Yeah. It just I
There
can
was,
I can see it,
yeah,
but I just thought it was a bit weird just to be like, okay, now you've lost your helmet. Like, I can understand if he was still in that state and he was still done because obviously the device on his head.
yeah.
But like the suit could have like depowered a bit. He would still have like a suit underneath, like an electric thing. It would just pause and be like, okay.
Mm.
But I'm guessing it's just fuck it, let's put it in
Yeah,
there.
maybe it's a kind of maintenance mode that El Giroud puts in. You know, oh, I
Yeah,
need to. He's running out of power. Better find out the issue. The helmet needs to power down. I need to check him first, and then I can do the rest.
yeah.
But
Now you see. Now we'll go back to what I was saying before. How awesome would it have been if there was another one and it was his mum and that was it, and that was the whole thing of like it was a team up.
ooh,
I
yeah,
would have loved that. Like he's red, so she's like blue or purple or whatever color you want to
yeah,
have, or pink, or whatever.
mm,
And then she's just like boom, and they do like a combo like team up. It would have been more kind of a build up for this for them to go, oh no, because I feel like in the next episode Kaito shouldn't know,
no,
and it should be the episode after because then it gives you the reason why is everyone turning around going like, oh, we're not going to fight you, we're not going to fight you. That should be the thing. It just feels like it's quickly jumping into it, and I'm just like,
mm,
all right,
yeah,
darn it.
darn it indeed. But oh well. But it was still a pretty good episode because of that. So episode rating, what are we gonna give this one? Because I personally think it's a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4. It's still a good episode.
Yeah.
Um, I just feel like things should be placed a bit better.
Mm. I mean, I liked how even Stacy involved in this episode, realizing teamwork could work out for him. There was a whole character progression there. Obviously, there wasn't really any debuts, but they brought back the gears, which I've missed in a
Yeah,
way. And I was wondering if they're ever going to bring them back because obviously they got a big overpowered cannon now, but turns out they are using them still, which is great. Um, they didn't rely on the mechas they've already previously used,
yeah,
and I can't lie. The whole Zenkaigo gimmick of Halloween, and he's like, the whole lore of it, and then use that to sort of like apply basically a sheet over him to be disguised.
yeah.
That was geniusly hilarious for me. That was so.
Was it?
It was. I looked at it and thought, oh, that's a bit lazy, but at the same time, oh, that's brilliant.
I thought it was all right. I like what they did.
Yeah,
I felt like that should have been a
yeah.
thing,
Would you
and they
happily
did.
push that
So
to a 5?
nope, four,
Okay.
four, four, four Zenkai Daddy
Fair enough. Fair
Zenkai.
enough. Fair enough. Daddy Zenkai. That's Dada Zenkai to you.
Dada Zenkai. Daddy Zenkai sounds good.
Yeah, Daddy Zenkai. Oh god. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. So thank you so much, guys. I know this one was a bit shorter, but probably in the long run, it's probably good. And
Yeah.
I gotta check my little Emmy. So, but yeah. Where can we find you on social media, Mark?
You can find me as Elim on everything but Twitter, and then Twitter as Mainstream Live. How about you, Daddy Zenkai?
Ah, you.
That should be your. You should literally change your handle on Twitter to Daddy Zenkai.
I might have to do that now. But yeah, it's Henshin Asset on both Instagram and Twitter. So thank you so much, guys. Also, I should will big myself up a little bit. I do a lot of articles currently for Illuminerdi. Always posting new stuff, whether it be
Yep.
Zenkaiger, Super Sentai, but I always do a weekly Power Rangers article as well, so please check that out. Other than that, thank you so much, guys, and I hope you still enjoying Zenkaiger and still manage to find a way to watch it and keep joining